This falls in line with the killer animal type of deal. Dog gets rabies. Huge ass Saint Bernard won't let the kid and the mom. They're trapped in their fucking Pinto in the hot sun, and if you really think about it, it's a movie of dread. You know, they're hot, they're sweating, they got fucking mud and blood, everything all over them. The kid needs fucking medicine, he's hyperventilating, and she can't go anywhere because his dog would fucking tear her to pieces, and it's just, you know, it's classic Stephen King, you know, it's not a monster in the shadows, it's a real life thing, so.
Oh yeah, Cujo's definitely up there in the top, like, animal horror flicks. I don't know what crazy, wild, killer animals. Rightfully so. I think it's a good spot for Cujo. It's definitely, you talk about being isolated a lot, being your type of, like, your favorite type of horror movie, so that makes sense.
Yeah. Isolation, in my opinion, brings more like dread,
panic,
and well, if you got nobody to help you and you're all alone, you got to figure out the shit by yourself. So, you know, anything with like a cabin in the woods, house out in the middle of nowhere, on a ship, whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Coming in at number 134 is from 1990, and it's Nightbreed. Clive Barker classic. Now, I hesitated to put this one up further, and to be honest with you, I don't know. If I'd done this list over, it might be up further, but I'm comfortable where it is right now. Nightbreed is one of those films. It's like, I don't know, you dive into like the underworld of madness, basically. Basically, you have a real-life serial killer going around like slashing up people, but at the same time, you have like this underground, I don't know, monster pit type of deal. They live in the cemetery.
Demon slash.
Yeah,
it's
but
weird.
But they're not. They don't kill people. Like they literally stay there. And this real life serial killer, because he has like this mask and kind of looks like one of them, everybody thinks it's one of them. You know, but they kind of have a myth to them as well, like, oh, don't go to the cemetery after dark because you'll see them, and everybody's like, oh, they don't exist. And then some people are like, I've seen them. Mm-hmm. You know, so it's one of those things. Anyway, you got the main guy who is called in between because he's kind of like, he kind of has a calling card to join these people because there's something not right within him.
Yeah.
Anyway, fantastic movie. It's one of those movies where, you know, you definitely like have to take a second look at it. Like, what the fuck did I just watch? It's very intriguing.
It's definitely one of those movies that I can honestly say there's nothing like Nightbreed. It really doesn't feel like Nightbreed copied anything, and nobody else has tried to copy it. But I will say the mask in that movie is very underrated as a horror mask. You know, we always talk about Jason and fucking Michael and stuff like that. But the Nightbreed mask is fucking spectacular. And it's very basic, too.
Yeah, it's a very basic movie, and there's been many variations of it. Or you can tell where, like, some people have taken it and fucked with it a little bit, but it's based off of the same thing.
Yeah, Corey Taylor from Slipknot's new mask is based off of it.
Yeah, Corey Taylor from Slipknot. The mask that the killer used in the collection is kind of that, but, like, it's black.
Yeah, it's fucking great.
So, yeah. Anyway, coming in at number 133 from 2016 is The Conjuring 2. And this one hits on all cylinders for me. I mean, this one takes place in, I believe, England. And, like, it's just as good as the first one in my opinion. I mean, obviously not as good because I got the original one up a little bit further, but yeah, when it still has the creepy elements to it. This one is like an old man not willing to leave the house, and
Okay, yeah.
once they communicate with him and you hear the voice and shit like that, it's pretty goddamn creepy. And then, the ending of the film is pretty good too. And again, it's an isolated place. Even though they're around people, it takes place in one like house or apartment or whatever. And I think they did a really good job with this. I didn't expect it to be as good as the first one, and it was right on the money with it. So
I really enjoyed that one. Also, a lot more than I thought it was going to be. Honestly, when I first heard about the Conjuring series, I thought I was going to fucking hate them. Like, just hate the movies. Or I guess part of me wanted to hate them, but they're not bad movies. They're actually pretty solid horror movies.
No.
There's only like two in the whole like series that I really just don't give a shit for. And I mean, it's everybody is pretty much like on the same page,
Yeah.
La Llorona and The Nun. Nobody seems to like these two movies. But
Well,
the other ones are pretty solid.
Horror aficionados or snobs, whatever you want to call them, they shit on movies like this. They shit on anything like PG-13 that's, big budget, comes out in theaters, whatever, because they shit on this because they shit on people like Creed and Nickelback because they hate anything successful. Yeah. They hate anything successful because a movie like The Conjuring and Insidious will draw out more than just hardcore horror fans, even if you don't, you like, oh, I like a good horror movie every now and then. I don't, whatever. They'll go see these types of films, and, they can't stand that it's the world's and not theirs. It's like, I remember when I had Metallica in my back pocket. Nobody knew who they were, and now everybody knows who they were. Therefore, they suck. Like, okay, well.
Yeah, I don't understand that. Like, what if The Conjuring, like, some kid sees this and is, like, influenced to, like, seek out other horror movies?
Yeah, can you imagine that, though? Let's say you went and saw the first Conjuring movie, and you liked it, and you told everybody, oh, this is a damn good movie. And then 2 weeks later, it's the #1 movie in the world, and you go, God damn it, I saw it before it was the #1 movie in the world. Mm-hmm. Like, you know how goddamn retarded you sound?
Yeah.
Like, seriously, like, suck a dick sideways. Anyway, coming in at 131 is from 2020, and it's Freaky.
Interesting. Wow.
Freaky is a fun movie.
Vince Vaughn.
Yeah, it takes the elements of Freaky Friday or The Hot Chick or whatever, any type of movie that two people switch with one another. And they've been doing this for a long time. Wasn't one of those movies where, what was it? Was it Big with Tom Hanks, who it was a kid, but now he's an adult and, whatever. Mm-hmm. They've been movies like this all the time. And now you made like a horror film where, a little high school cheerleader gets traded with a fucking serial killer. And it was great. It was truly great. And to be honest with you, at the end of the movie, I didn't want him to switch back because Vince Vaughn and the way he played that character, he was so much like better than the actual girl was. Like if you take
it was crazy.
If you take that girl's personality and you put it in Vince Vaughn, he's better than the girl being the real girl.
Yeah,
because dudes are better than women. And that's a fact. Dudes are funner than women.
I don't know if I would have put this above the others.
I'm glad you didn't, because I don't have the others on my list.
Ha ha.
So you can take your Keith Urban fucking loving ass on somewhere. Take
Keith
Nicole
Urban.
Kidman with you.
I don't like either one of them.
Well, you brought it up.
You fucking like Kid Rock's dick.
You like Kid Rock's dad.
You were supposed to say Creed Rock.
You like Kid Rock's dad.
No, I hate him for making him in the fucking urban fucking uppity town that he was conceived in. Fuck you and him. That's a shitty spot. I wouldn't put it over the Burning or Pieces.
Okay. This wasn't a list for you to shit on. This was my personal. You wait till you do yours. I'm going to do it to where, you won't even get to a goddamn next one.
I hate you.
131 from 2000. Hollow Man.
That's an amazing movie.
Yes, with Kevin Bacon. Here's the thing about it. I'm going to say this right off the bat and just let you know that the newer Invisible Man is nowhere near my list, and I do not like that movie. I think it's long, boring, and it sucks dick. And I think that Hollow Man is the closest that we will ever get to having something good as far as the Invisible Man that is a horror film. Of course, you got Ghost Dad and fucking, all these Disney films that has a ghost or whatever. But as far as a horror film goes, Hollow Man is the best fucking Invisible Man remake, even if it's not promoted as a Invisible Man remake.
I can't disagree with anything you said. I 100% agree with you.
And like I said, Kevin Bacon, man. Kevin Bacon's awesome. And he is the main guy. It's almost like a mad scientist / Invisible Man kind of meshed together.
Yeah.
So, and when he realizes that he can have these powers and he can go invisible, he turns to the dark side. And it's kind of one of those things where it's like, oh, if I was invisible, what would I do? Would I sneak into, girls' locker rooms and see them undress, or sneak into the bank and,
steal all this money?
But, I mean, if I was invisible, would I really need to steal money? I can just steal the thing, right? Whatever I want.
Pretty much, yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
Float it away. Yeah, no, but I totally agree with you. That fucking Invisible Man remake, I don't know why it gets the praise it does.
I don't know either. To me, it was a Lifetime movie with a big budget. That's what it was. It was a Lifetime movie with a big budget, because the entire movie was based off of this girl being abused. That's it. That's it. How horrible a guy can be, and she's been abused. That's it. That's all it is. And that's not even what the Invisible Man was about. The Invisible Man was literally about a scientist who went fucking crazy that he invented it. Getting high on your own supply type of deal.
Yeah. You know what I've noticed? That the people that like the Invisible Man remake also love Hereditary.
Yeah. Well, you won't find either one on my list. Spoiler.
Yeah. I didn't think it would be on your list. I'd actually question your morals and values if it was.
Coming in at number 130 from 1980, and that is Inferno. If you've never seen this, Inferno is kind of the... it's kind of the loosely followed up to Suspiria by Argento. Inferno is like the second film in what they call the Mother of Tears trilogy. It's Suspiria, then this one, and then another movie I can't even think of. But this was the kind of the follow-up to that. This is an Italian horror film made by quite possibly top two